I'll be drafting this shirt pattern. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 2 inches out. These 2 inches that I'm measuring is for the button stand, the facing, and the seam allowance. So after marking, I'm just going to connect these together. Now that this is done, I'm going to measure ½ inch here. This ½ inch that I'm measuring is for the button stand. Now this ½ inch is actually optional. If you want yours to be wider than this, then you can go for that. ½ inch for the button stand is what I'm going to be using for this video. So we are left with 1½ inch here. Now I'm going to measure one. First of all, let me label this. This is the button stand. Then next I'm going to measure 1 inch. The 1 inch I'm measuring here is for the facing. So this is what you use to turn it inward. Now in some shirts, you don't have to cut this all together. You can cut this out separate and join later. But I find cutting this together with the shirts easier. So it's better this way for me. So this is the button stand facing. Then this last ½ inch that we have here, this is your seam allowance. I've gone ahead to label this so you understand better. Next, I'm going to measure 1 inch downward so that I'll be able to mark my seam allowance. From here, I'll measure 2.6 for my neck width, and then I'll go down here for my neck depth by 2.9. So I'm just going to connect these points to these points. So if you want to know how to measure your neck width and your neck depth, that's to get a perfect measurement using the neck circumference, I did a detailed video of that. The link is in the description, so you can check that out. The shoulder measurement I'm using is 16 divided by 2, that gives 8. You can see where I'm measuring from. This is your center front. So my measurements will be from this part. I'm going to measure it here. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch. After that, I'm going to connect the shoulder slope to the neckline here. And then from here, I'm going to draw out my armhole depth. This is it. Then I'm going to measure my shoulder measurement here. Okay. Afterwards, I'm going to divide this measurement by 2. That's this armhole depth. I'm going to divide it by 2 and mark the midpoint. So what do we have here? This is the midpoint. And then I'm going to come out by 0.7. Okay? So I have this here. Then I'm going to measure the bust circumference. 50 divided by 4. That's 12.5. So you can see where my measurement ends here, 12.5. So I have that here now. So I'm going to curve this through to this part and then I'll end here. But I actually want to extend my shoulder measurements. I want it to have a pointy shoulder. So I want to bring this out by 1 inch. This is optional. You don't have to do this. So I want to bring this out by 1 inch. So I won't be stopping my curve here. I'll be taking my curve outward. Yes. So after this is what we have here. I'm going to measure the bust points. The bust points is 12 inches. And I'm going to measure the under bust. So this is the bust point 12. Under bust is 19. So the waist measurement is 22. Once I place this on my clothes, I'm going to complete the length for the waist and then the hip length. So So I'm just going to measure the same thing from here. 12, 19, and 12. The bust span measurement I'll be using is 9. 9, that's the nipple to nipple point. 9 divided by 2, that is 4.5. 4.5. And I'm going to connect this. So let me just label this so you understand, if you understand what each line represents. So this is the bust 9. This is the under bust 9. And this line we have here is the chest line. This is the chest line. The under bust measurement as the circumference is 40. 40 divided by 4, that gives 10. So I'm going to mark 10 here. Then the waist, that is 45 divided by 4, that is 11.25. After connecting this, I'm going to draft the bust that's here. So from this point, I'm going in by 0.5. This is where that will end. And then at this part, I'm going to go down by 2 inch here. So we're going to draw a straight line to meet with this point here. So that's the first that's about the beginning for this. I've reconnected the lines, as you can see. So this is it. So this is the bust dart here. This is the dart. So by the time I transfer this to my clothes, I'll be sewing this inside. I'm going to add the same allowance to this. I'll be adding 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5 here as well. Then at this part of the neck, I'm going to add inch here, and I'll do the same here. That's for the same allowance. So I've gone ahead to add all my same allowance, as you can see. So after this, I'll move on to show you how to draft the back of this shirt. For the back look, you won't be needing the 2 inches that I drafted at the front part. So I'm just going to come down here by 1 for my seam allowance. This is the center back. The neck width remains 2.6. I'm going to mark 2.6 here. The neck depth is 1 inch. 1 inch. At the front, I use 2.9, but the back I'll be using 1 inch. And I'm going to measure 8. That's my shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's 8. Then I'll drop this by 1. That's for the shoulder slope. Then connect to the neckline. After connecting to the neckline, I'm going to come down here by 9.14 my armhole depth. So I just want to ensure this is still 8. So 8 is here. After this, I'll get the midpoint of my armhole depth. That is, I'm going to divide 9.1 by 2, and whatever I get is my midpoint. So from this midpoint, I'll come in by 0.5. After that, I would come here to measure the bust circumference, which is 12.5, and then I'm going to connect. Remember, I added 1 inch here for the front because I said I wanted to have a pointed shoulder design. So that's why I'm adding this 1 inch here. So I'm connecting this way from this point here to this 0.5 inch I came out with, and then to this part. So I'm going to measure my under bust length and waist length. The under bust length is 19, the waist length is 22. Like I said, I'm going to complete the length of this cloth. The actual length of this cloth is 30. So I'm going to complete it by the time I transfer my drag to a fabric. By the time I transfer this back drag to the fabric, I'll be minusing 2 from the length. Like I said, the total length is 30. The back will be 28, the front will be 30. The reason is because I've used up 2 inches for that allowance at the front part. So for this side to be balanced with the side of the back piece, I will have to minus 2 inches from this. So this will be 28 and this will end up being 30. Hope you understand. So the under bust measurement is 40 divided by 4. That gives 10. And then 11.25. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please, I would like you to do that now. Give a thumbs up to this video, share this video to those that it will be helpful too. And you should turn on your notification bell to get instant updates whenever I post useful videos. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I won't be adding seam allowance to the center back because this will be on fold. I'm going to add my ½ inch here, the shoulder, the neck, and the ankle. I've written the seam allowance here, so you know this one is for seam allowance and this piece. So let's go ahead and cut this out. So I've laid this paper on my fabric. Next, I'm going to take the full length of this cloth, which is 30. Then next, I'm going to measure 2 here, which is what we have here. And from this 2, I'll take my hip measurement, which is 53 divided by 4, that's 13.25. Mark that here, and then my seam allowance, which is 1.5. Then I'm going to add 1.5 inch for my hem allowance. So I finished cutting this and I've opened this side. So this is it. So next I'll be cutting out the back. So I'm going to take the length of the back piece. So this is 28. Then plus 1.5 for seam allowance. And I'm going to take the hip measurement, which is 13.25 plus 1.5 for seam allowance. I've drafted out the collar that I'll be using for this shirt. So if you want to learn how to make this, the link is in the description where I gave the detailed tutorial basically for shirt collar, how to make this. So if there, you can just click on the link and watch the video to the end. So I've laid my gum stay over this. I'm going to iron. After ironing my gum stay on it, I'll fold the seam allowance inward and iron as well. So this is it, well ironed. This is the inside. I've folded the ½ inch inward and then have also ironed the facing inward. I need to join the shoulder of the front to that of the back. I'll be joining them up this ½ inch. I use my hem glue to glue this down instead of sewing. You can see how neat it is. So after that, I'm just going to trim this off, then attach the collar to this and sew every other part together. So this is the collar. I've added my gum stay to it. That's one pair and one pair for this. This is the sleeve for this shirt. The link is in the description. If you want to know how to cut the standard sleeve now, you can just click on the link and watch this video.